Good morning. The day is finally here. It's gonna get done today. Let's go. World's greatest is in the house. She's ready to go, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. You can see where I mowed this stuff so we can kind of have a clean path going through there, and I'm telling you, it was waist high. We're waiting on nephew Eli. He had to fill his tire up real quick. Are you excited to get this done?
Yes. Not excited to do it, but to have it done.
Yeah. See this tall grass?
Yeah.
You see how it's different than everything else right through here?
Yeah, I'm already wondering how many ways do I get stuck today.
Don't drive on that grass.
What's in there?
You don't remember?
Is that where it was?
Yeah.
How did you know it was there?
Because I didn't mow there.
Because you probably put it there.
No, there's a hill. Back up.
It's not a good start to the day. Brett's very upset because those cows, well, the calves, jumped that fence and they're over there now. So he's trying to open a gate right here, but the electric fence is still arcing and he can't get it to shut off. He's hit 2 switches and it's still on. I know he doesn't want to get shocked on top of all this other stuff.
We can get around them right there, and they'll either go that way maybe, or they'll come in here. We're just gonna move these gates over here, so let's get going. Okay, come this way. Got him. Come on, cows. Woo! Come on. You want to go under that? You're supposed to go under it. Come on, buddy. There you go. 137. Mashona. Heifer. Come on, Corianny. Now watch this Corianny lead her out. See, look how nice that Corianny looks. It's a heifer. I gotta do everything. I gotta do everything. Run, you better run. Don't want to come down here as bad as they do in there. There's no more cows. There's the heifers or bulls. Looks like maybe bulls. Come on out. Oh, never mind. Cattle. All right. Stay right up here with me. Come on, girl. Woo.
heifers. We take a water break every 1 minute. That's why it's taking us so long. What time is it?
I don't know. It's time to stop.
What time is it, Eli?
1:32.
It's just 1:30.
We're doing good. Well, we did it. We finally got them all sorted. We have to get a couple of, well, one heifer got in with the bulls, one cow got in with the heifers, so we have to sort those off. But that should be really quick. So Brett went to get the water set for them, and then we're going to take the cows out, and then we're done for the day.
So what you see is you see the cows on the left, the heifers are on the right, and the bulls are behind me. What comes next is we will drive all the heifers back in the pens. The cows will turn them out. They can come and go all the way up to the pens, nose the babies, at least the heifers anyway, and until they kind of get over it. That'll usually take about 3 days, at which time then we'll go ahead and move them over the ridge to their next pasture. Now the bull calves, we'll start teaching them how to eat out of the bunk. And so if you want to see kind of how we do that in kind of detail, just stay with us because I'll be talking about that pretty quick. This is the morning after we sorted the calves, in case you can't tell from all the bawling. These are the bull calves, and I'm not 100% sure how many we have yet. I didn't bother getting a count because we can count them anytime here. It's not going to be any more than one truck, I don't think. So we'll get a count on them at some point and see. But I wanted to show you kind of how we start them. They don't know anything but grass. My goal is to teach them how to eat out of the bunk before we ship them. Once we ship them to the sale barn, they'll sort them up when they get to the sale barn, and then they'll put them on feed overnight to fill them back up. So if they don't know how to eat, what they're feeding them and how kind of they're feeding them, they're gonna have a huge loss in weight. We've had as much as 15% before we started doing this. So now our calves average 1% or less. So the way we start them is we'll take a little bit of hay and we'll scatter it along here. And this is, you can see how many bull calves there are. I'm gonna guess there's 130, something like that maybe. And we'll scatter a little bit of hay, and then we'll put a little feed on top. Now this is the next day. We didn't feed them the first day we sorted them off. So they ought to be kind of hungry, which is good. There again, our goal is to get them to eating out of the bunk. So once they start eating out of the bunk, all of them, then we'll be able to kind of adjust our feed ration here a little bit and just make it where it maintains. Now they should back up a little bit based on, learning how to eat this stuff. Because like I say, they're grass. But you can see over there, there's already some that have their heads down. That's one thing that I have noticed about the Mashona, and these are just half Mashona. But I've noticed about the Mashona that they are aggressive grazers. And if you look at them, you can look at the rumen on the left side there. I think that's the right side, but you can see they're drawn up because they've been in the pens for over 24 hours. So it won't take them long. Usually it takes them a couple of days for the bulk of them. And then, you know, maybe 3-4 days tops before they're all kind of coming up here and eating. So that's our goal. And I've told you why. It's all because of shrink. Now, if we're going to keep these animals, and some of them we will, I'll have to sort them out here pretty quick because I don't want them to eat grain, at least not a significant amount, because I want them to be, you know, the rumen never to be messed up other than for forage, grass. So the ones that we're going to keep, the bulls that we will keep out of here, I'll get them out pretty quick. As I start kind of giving them a little bit of feed out, I'll start being able to tell more and more about their disposition. Like this calf right here walking up here to me. You know, he's not an outstanding looking calf, but he's got the right head on his shoulders. And so what we're looking for is one that's, you know, the bull calves that look outstanding to us and have the right head on their shoulders. Well, he's not a bad little bull calf. He's got a masculine head, masculine everything else, and he's just going to walk right up there and get to eat. So I may have to sort these dudes out quicker than I thought. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of cover on a video what we've learned with respect to shrink when you're shipping. The only other option is, you know, some people have the ability to load them off of their property and take them straight to the sale barn and run them through the ring. And I don't know, I guess we've never had that kind of relationship with our representatives. And we're quite a ways away. We are 2 hours away from our cattle sales deal. So that's how we do it. That's how we've learned to do it, and it works very well. For this first morning, I'm literally giving them probably 1/6 of a bale of Bermuda grass, and then 1 50-pound bag of that feed ration. That's it. I don't want to have so much out there that one of those calves that just eats anything goes up there and overeats and has a problem. So I just really make it, you know, kind of thin throughout the bunk space, and then they'll come up and eat a little bit and leave typically, and come up and eat a little bit and leave. And then I can adjust that the next morning. If it's slicked up tonight, then I'll adjust it and take a little bit more. At some point, I will increase that very slowly to around, you know, for this many calves, I'll probably be doing, and that's if there's 130 or so, 140. I'll probably do around, I don't know. That's one of those things where you just got to adjust it as you go along. It all depends on how long I'm going to have them in here. You know, like I say, all I want them to do is learn how to eat. Once they learn how to eat, they're gone. I'll line up the truck, and then we will ship them. So all of that is you kind of have to just observe and adjust. The main thing is you don't want to go in there and just dump a bunch of grain to them, because you'll have a problem, because there's always going to be one or two that are just going to dig in. One thing we forgot to mention, you may notice that we have the red tag heifers in here also, which are last year's heifers. And I went ahead and sorted them off because I didn't want to have to bring the whole herd in again and put World's Greatest through that, or Eli. So we went ahead and pulled them off now, because in September they will go with Elvis, the Three Musketeers, and then whatever bull calves we sort out of these. So that'll give us our Angus Mashona cross, and we will just go from there. Also, we will start these cattle, these calves, these heifers and the red tags on the goat rotation. We'll utilize them to graze the goat pastures. And that worked fairly well last year, except for when we first put them out. But after that, they settled down and we were able to move them around just like normal cows. So it'll be a nice complement for the goats, because you do want to graze with your cattle where you have your goats or your sheep. You don't just want to do that if you've got the species to do it. Hey, lady. Heifers, we don't do any grain to them at all because they're not going to the sale. The only reason we do that is to take the shrink out of the equation. We put out some hay and they're doing okay on it. Just like the bull calves, they've backed up a little bit, which is expected. Hey, these red tags, they kind of know me. Some of them do, so. A lot of them have that Mashona disposition, which is outstanding. And all the Mashonas aren't like that. But there's a significant amount that are. It's kind of funny. This is day 2. They'll come and eat the hay for sure. Then at some point, they'll get a little bit of feed in them. You can see that one is going for the hay. This little bull calf right here, he's already gone on it. So he knows how to eat out of the bunk. He's basically done. Now we got to get the rest of them in here doing the same thing. Now, World's Greatest is helping me this morning because I can't get through the gate without everything getting out. These are just going to be on hay until we slowly start putting them out on grass, which will be in probably 3 or 4 days, maybe. All right, weaning is pretty much done. We're bringing them over the ridge this morning. Nobody ever thinks about what you do with the cows when you're weaning. But we'll basically let the cows kind of come up and nose their babies at the pens for 3 to 4 days. And then we'll move them out. Okay, so update on the calves. This is day 4 where we've been training them to eat out of the bunks. Yesterday we were able to get the cows all moved over the ridge and on the other side away from the calves. So that always helps them, and usually by day 3, the cows are kind of ready. They may still be hanging there, overnight, but they're kind of ready to move on. You may have a couple stragglers that you have to battle just a little bit, but we got them moved over the ridge, and we've continued to string a little bit of hay and put that feed ration on top of it. They've started eating more of the feed ration, so I've continually increased that as I go along. And they're doing well. We went ahead and got more bunks yesterday and put them out. So we should have plenty of bunk space for everybody to get up and get something to eat. What you should notice and take away from this is I'm decreasing the amount of hay. I'm just putting very little in there, but I'm increasing the feed. So that's good. Now they should just start at some point in here. I'll start bringing in round bells because there's always going to be, a very small handful that just will not eat out of the bunks for whatever reason. And that's probably some of them back there. They get beat off the bunks or whatever. Anyway, so I'll bring in round bells that'll help fill them back up before they go to the sale. We'll get them as good as they can get. They're going to have more of a shrink because they're going to shrink up when they get there. But that's all right. Good morning, everybody. I missed a couple of days in here. Wind was blowing pretty hard. You couldn't get a decent audio on it. But this is day 6. This is the first day that I've left the hay out of the equation. So you can see the bulk of them are up, getting them a little bite to eat, which that's great. That's what we're after. You just want them to eat a little bit and learn how to eat out of the bunk. And so they'll need probably I'm probably gonna give them another week here to just make sure they all get good and settled on eating out of the bunk. Now they've got a taste for kind of what's in the bunk. And so the next step is I'll start throwing some of the round bales in here with them. So they'll have round bales to eat, and then they will also have this in the morning. So my goal and what I prefer is that I want them to slick all the feed up, and then I want them to eat all the round bale or 2 bales before the next day. And then I'll come in and I'll feed them the bunk first. So they go to that first. They still, some of them would still kind of go to a bale first. I want to just continue to make them think, okay, I need to go to the bunk first. So I'll come and feed the bunk first. And then after they're done there, I'll put some bales out. And then I'll adjust that based on what they're eating. Don't want them to gain or anything, you know, I want them to just replace back what they've lost here over the last 6 days. But I just want them to maintain and eat their feed out of the bunk as we're maintaining. Now I kind of need to start focusing on the heifers. I got to sort these red tags back out because there's several of them that are going to be bred. And I need to get them out of here. I wanted them to stay in here with the other heifers, number one, because I had to sort them. They're going to the same spot. They're all going together. So now I need to just to get the red tags off so we can run the other heifers through the chute, get them worked, get them branded, get them tagged, and then we will get them out with the red tags, and we'll start rotating them through the goat pastures. Okay, guys, I hope that helps somebody, anybody, as far as kind of how we wean our calves. And I've done it a bunch of different ways. We've weaned across the fence. We used to do that a lot. And our fences are horrible here. And it just, you know, across a fence is just not foolproof. And what was happening to us is we would wean like that, and 5 would get back in with the cows. Well, we have to bring the whole herd in again to get those 4, 5, 10 out. And the last time we did it, we brought them in 3 times within a month's period. And so we said, look, there's got to be a different way. And we know just leaving them in the pens is not the best way. So what we did this time is we actually allowed the cows to come back right here along this secure pen and nose their babies. So they stayed right over in there, the cows did for a while, but they had the ability to go out in the pasture across that cement crossing and then come back every day. And see, their heads are not right. I'll show and talk a little bit about how we deal with that when it comes up. But anyway, their moms can come up here and still nose them, not the bull calves, because they're over here away from it, but all the heifers. So this works best for us. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Get on the fence, get on the fence, get on the fence. Perfect.